Well, the TV ads are everywhere. The Get Out the Vote effort now underway, and a lot of us are making final decisions about who to support. For Jim Kondos, the focus is on the mechanics of the vote, ensuring the election runs smoothly. This is his last election as he wraps up 12 years as Secretary of State. Joining us now from Montpelier, Jim Kondos, Vermont's Secretary of State. Welcome back to NBC5 In Depth.
Thanks, Stuart. It's great to be here.
Thanks for being here with us. So are you ready? Is the team ready for the midterm election?
Well, as I think I've said to you before, Stuart, this is kind of like our Super Bowl. We've been building toward this really since probably January of this year, with most of the focus in the last 6 months. But yeah, we're ready for it. I mean, there's always the fine tuning that we have to do as Tuesday rolls around. But Tuesday morning, our municipal town clerks will be in their offices or in their polling places by 5 or 6 in the morning and probably be there until midnight or later. Our office will be staffed from probably around 6:30 until probably about 10 or 11 at night. So it's everything gears up towards Tuesday.
And you'll be sort of the central clearinghouse for returns as they come in?
Yeah, obviously the returns won't start till after 7. The polls close at 7 p.m. Ballots cannot be counted as far as results until after that time. And it usually takes an hour or so for the numbers to start trickling in, but we expect that by 8 o'clock, we'll start to see some activity on our election night reporting site.
We spoke earlier with the folks at Chittenden Solid Waste District, and they, as you know, have a ballot item to build a new recycling facility. And that ballot was not included in the mailed home general election ballots, which went to all registered voters. Are there other circumstances around Vermont where, there were sort of those anomalies? Well,
if you have to look at the law, and the law around universal vote by mail was actually, it mentions municipalities, specifically cities and towns, and it mentions school districts, and specifically does not mention solid waste districts or other municipal entities like solid waste districts, water districts, things like that. So unless the law changes, we were not allowed to put those questions on the ballot. And I understand their frustration, but you also have to understand the Chittenden County Solid Waste District is far different than the Northeast Kingdom Solid Waste District. In Chittenden County, it's like 18 towns are all within the county. In the Solid Waste District up in the Northeast Kingdom, that there's like 48 communities over 3 counties. So it's kind of hard to actually set it up in a way that would work. But I'm sure the legislature will take it up again this year and have those discussions.
With a new Secretary of State.
With a new Secretary of State.
We'll get to that in a moment. But about this automatic, mail home ballots to registered voters, you can check whether your ballot has been received by your town clerk through the My Voter page, through the Vermont Secretary of State's website. But suppose, as is true in my case, my ballot's still sitting on the kitchen counter. It's Sunday. What are my options?
So, the first thing I want to say is that people talk about that we changed the whole system of elections by having vote by mail, but that's not true. All vote by mail does is provide another option to voters. Our goal has always been to reduce barriers and obstructions to allow voters to be able to cast their constitutionally protected ballot. The vote by mail really is, you can send it in by mail, but as you know, we've talked this week. Last Monday was what we considered to be the deadline for people that wanted to send a ballot back by mail to ensure that it gets back in time to be counted. All ballots have to be in the hands of the town clerks by 7 p.m. on Tuesday night, November 8th. It is, so there are other options. You can drop it off at a secure drop box if your town has one, and we have roughly 200 towns that have drop boxes. You can deliver it directly to your city or town clerk during their normal business hours, or you can bring it with you to the polls on Tuesday, November 8th.
Do you have to bring your unopened ballot with you to the polling place if you choose to vote in person?
Well, we would appreciate that, but if you don't or you forget to do it, you don't have to worry. You will still be allowed to vote. You will just have to sign in basically an affidavit, a short form that says you've not voted in the election already.
What are you sensing from this vote by mail, this new law that kicked in with the general election this year? 2 years ago, we were in the ravages of the coronavirus pandemic, and so it's probably not an apples to apples comparison, but you've had, as of the middle of the week, 131,000 ballots come back already. Is that a lot? Is that about what you expected?
Well, it's always hard to say because I'm not in the business of predicting turnout. A lot of it depends on the candidates, the races, which positions are up for grabs. So it's always hard to predict turnout, but I think we expected to see definitely a higher level. If you compare it to the 2018, which was the last midterm before vote by mail, we had 72,000 ballots cast early during the whole cycle, the whole election cycle. Yeah. So we're another 50 or 60% higher, almost 100% higher. This year so far, we expect that number to probably continue to go up as ballots come in this week. And then of course, we don't know what's going to happen on election day, how many people will actually come vote on election day. But the whole idea of vote by mail is that we used it for the COVID year because we wanted to drive down the actual interaction between people at
right.
polling places. And this year we're seeing it a little bit different, but we're still having that flu surge, the COVID surge, the RSV surge. So I think people are still concerned.
I know how you feel about those who traffic in election integrity conspiracies, but I should ask, not too many cycles ago, we talked a lot about Russian interference, foreign government interference, trying to hack into election systems. Are you seeing any evidence of that this year?
Well, we are in constant communication with Department of Homeland Security and their arm called CISA, which is the Cyber Security Intelligence. I forget exactly what it's called, but with CISA and actually with our local law enforcement as well, and the FBI. So we just met with them again last week to get the updates, and we get classified briefings from time to time during this fall. And it's, there is concern out there, but we're seeing the concerns are really around Russia and China. China is using influence more than anything. Everybody feels confident across the nation that nobody's going to be able to hack into the systems themselves. But we're all wary. And I can honestly say, Stuart, since 2016, I think nationwide, we're in a much better place than we ever have been.
We'll be watching Tuesday. Jim Kondos, Secretary of State in Montpelier, thanks so much for being with us.
You're quite welcome, Stuart. And I just want a last reminder to all voters, your vote is your voice, exercise it.
Jim Kondos. The Department of Justice will be watching the election for any sign of fraud or voter intimidation. An assistant attorney, U.S. attorney in Burlington will be staffing the phones on Election Day should local officials or any of you see something amiss. The number to call is 802-651-8246. Complaints about potential violations of the Federal Voting Rights Act can be made directly to the Civil Rights Division in Washington, and you see the number and web address or email address on your screen.